Hey, this is Ed with edhart.me, and in this video I'm going to show you step by step how to build your own stretcher bar frame for a gallery wrap canvas. All right, let's talk supplies. First, the essentials. We're going to build these stretcher bar canvas frames out of 1x2 lumber in a inexpensive pine or whitewood grade, 3/4 inch quarter round, wood glue, a staple gun, a mitre saw, and you can either use a power mitre saw if you have it, or if not, a hand saw with a mitre box is absolutely fine. That was awful. Why can't I smile when I talk? First step is to glue the quarter round to the 1x2. So you want to make sure the outside flat edge of the quarter round is on the outside of the frame board. Then just use some wood glue, mash it all in there, and carefully place it on the 1x2 to hold it in place. I'm going to pop some nails in there, but you don't have to do that. You could even just let it sit there or lay something heavy on top of it. Now I'm going to take this sanding block and I'm going to take the edge off of this quarter round. Next, I'm going to cut my mitre edges. I like to always measure my saw because I don't think they're totally accurate. And I'll cut my first outside edge. Now I want to make my measurement from the outside edge to outside edge on these. So I'll measure out 20 inches on this frame and make my mark with a pencil. Then I'm going to use my carpenter square to make an indication of the direction of the angle so that when I go back and I start making all my cuts, I don't forget which direction the angle is, which I've done before. I'm going to go ahead and make all my left-handed cuts at one time and then flip the saw and make all my right-handed cuts so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. So you might be asking yourself, what if he hits those nails with the power saw? Well, I won't because I spaced them out so I wouldn't, but that's why you always use eye protection when you're working with power tools. Next steps, I'm going to use some scrap 1x2 and some just leftover lumber from another project to make corner bracing. For a frame this size, the corner bracing isn't really necessary, but for the video I wanted to show you how I do it. My rule of thumb is that if the frame sides are 20 inches or longer, I use corner bracing. And if the long sides of the frames are about 32 to 34 inches long or longer, I like to use a cross brace in the middle of the frame to give it some added stability. Now, to assemble the frame, I'm going to use my biscuit joiner. Now, I could stand here and tell you that it's going to add all this stability to the frame, but the reality is I just like to use it because it's cool. You totally don't need to use a biscuit joiner. And now, here's where we're going to use our staple gun. So we're going to glue the edges together and then staple gun those to give it some additional reinforcement. If you're assembling the stretcher bar canvas frame on like a table or a workbench, to keep it from sticking, just use a little bit of wax paper. If you do have some glue oozing through the joints, it'll just stick to that paper and that paper will peel right off. Once your glue's dried, then all you have to do is peel off the freezer paper. And your canvas stretcher bar frame is ready to be covered with a canvas. You're going to want to take your sanding block and go around and take off these really sharp edges on the corners and then just feel around because as that canvas flips over, you don't want it to crease real hard and potentially get a tear in it. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you're going to make a canvas small like the one I just showed you how to make, I'd probably just go out to the art store and buy one. But where it really makes sense to make your own is in a large size canvas like this one here. Here you can see I've got the cross bracing and the corner bracing, so this is where it's more economical and makes a lot more sense. To see my other video on how to gallery wrap the canvas, check out the link in the video notes, and thank you for watching.